Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Knowledge Transfer. In today's topic, I am going to cover what is chargeback transaction creation in accounts receivables, what are the process, and what are the setups required to achieve this in our Oracle Fusion. So the very first thing is, what does it mean by chargeback? Supposingly, let's say we have a customer ABC and we had billed to a customer of around, let's say 8,000. Now, during the time of a due date, customer had made a payment of 5,000. Okay, and the remaining 3,000 customer had asked like, okay, I won't be able to pay you right now, but what if like you can close my this transaction and create a transaction for me and give a due date. So this type of scenario can be a part of our organization or our client requirement. So how we gonna achieve that? We'll see it now. So, okay, chargeback. So the very first thing we should have for a chargeback creation transaction, first thing we should have a transaction type. And second, we should be creating a receivable activities as chargeback. Why all this? It's just because whenever you will be creating whenever you will be creating a chargeback, system will look whether we have a chargeback transaction type or not. So these type of things required. That's the reason these two setups are required. So to follow the process, what we can do is we'll be create a transaction of let's say 3,000 and we'll be creating a receipt of create a receipt of let's say 2,500 and remaining 500 we'll be create a chargeback of 500. So what system will do is system will create a fresh transaction and close the previous transaction of 3,000 as 2,500 and create a fresh transaction of 500. So we'll look now. First, let me show transaction type and receivable activities for a chargeback. So actually, it's a part of our basic setups, but during the time of basic setups, I had just created your invoice and credit memo. So now I had already created, I'll just show you transaction type. So this is our chargeback. So transaction class will be the chargeback and creation sign will be the positive. Rest all the things are same, the same way what we have created the transaction type for invoice, credit memo and the debit memo. Just focus on positive sign and plus transaction class would be a chargeback. Rest everything is same. So once we are done with the creation of the transaction type, we should be having a receivable activities. So as I did a rapid implementation, due to that a receivable activities has been created automatically, but I will show you how to create it also. So I'm searching with my business unit. So here we have a chargeback. So let me show you. You need to give the name, description, GL code as active GL account, and tax rate code source as none, and provide the GL account. So I had given the GL account as credit card chargeback. You can create a dummy value set values in your natural account level and you can assign it over here as a chargeback. So once we are done with the creation of these two, we are good to go with chargeback transaction. So for chargeback transaction, let me create a transaction first. I need to create a transaction for 3,000. Source will be invoice. Give the customer details. This is for our invoice for chargeback 001 quantity 1, and we are focusing on 3000. Once we are done, complete and close or review, anything is okay. So our transaction number is 9002. Now let's create a receipt. Let me give C current chargeback, okay, 001, and we will be receiving the amount of 2500. Then submit and apply manually. Add open receivables 9002. So this is the transaction which in invoice amount which we had created, transaction invoice amount of 3000. I will add this, click on done. So as you can see, the amount due date is 500 and our applied amount is 2500. So 500 was asked by the customer that he won't be able to pay it right now. So can we postpone the due date? So yes, this is possible. So I need to show you one thing. You can see here the create chargeback is faded right now. We won't be able to use this chargeback. But once we save this receipt, okay, now you can see create chargeback has been popping up. So what we will do, we will be creating a chargeback of 500 amount by using a transaction type called as bell chargeback. Once we are done, click on save and close. So chargeback transaction has been created. Why I am copying this number? I will show you. So once done, click on save and close. Now let's see the billing. What happened to my transaction amount? We will be checking whether any balance are left or not. So my business unit was this. So my transaction amount was where we have created of 3000 is 9002. Let me select 9002. Click on search. This is where we had billed as 3000. Now let's check manage installment or review installment. You can see it has been closed. There is showing as balance due as 0, means this transaction has been closed. So what happened to my 500 transaction? So system has created a new transaction as 500. So how are we gonna search that? So go to manage transaction, copy this ID where we have copying during the time of creation of a receipt, provide it over here. For which business unit, click on search. So you can see system has created automatically the transaction with the help of against which transaction this chargeback has been created, and transaction type has been taken as bell chargeback, and the transaction source also it has been taken as a chargeback. So if you will be going into the details, it will just show you the transaction amount of 500. So these are all the details, all the customer details. Original transaction amount was this. Again, this the chargeback has been created. This type of details will be provided over here. So click on save and close. So now let me show you while creating the receipt also, because many people, many person used to get stuck over during the time of creation of a receipt. They used to forget the to checkbox to enable a checkbox so that chargeback transaction should show them. Well, manual, let me create chargeback 002. This time the amount is 500. We need to click on drop down, submit and apply manually, add open receivables. And what you can do is you can enable a checkbox called as include chargeback. You can search by customer as well. Why enabling the checkbox is chargeback? Otherwise, system will only be picking up the chargeback transaction. Click on search. So here we have a chargeback of reference number 101,01001. This is the one which we had copied. Click on add. Done. Amount due is 0 right now. Save and close. This is how we use chargeback in our Oracle Fusion Accounts Receivables. I hope it was clear enough to understand, and you can pin me in the comment box if there is any issues or any confusion or any part which you are unable to get it. I can help you with that. So please do like, subscribe this channel for more interesting video. Thank you.